it's GojiFan93 here, and welcome to another Kaiju discussion video. In this discussion, we are going to be talking about, will Toho continue Godzilla, or will Toho continue to create Godzilla movies? So this is thanks to a poll that I recently did. I gathered a lot of information from my Facebook, Twitter, and Google Plus account of what you guys wanted to see as the next Kaiju discussion videos. I also had other ideas that will be coming out after this one. I just don't know what time frame, so don't ask when those will come out because I don't know. But this one got the most votes for the next Kaiju discussion video for episode 10. I can't believe we're already on the 10th episode of this series. This is probably one of my favorite series on my channel because it's so fun to be able to talk about just, you know, topics like this with you guys. And then also hearing the discussions that you guys create in the comments. It's awesome. So anyway, also I am in my new setup. This is still in my same room. I haven't moved yet. I just, rearranged a bunch of stuff to make it look a little bit more organized. My X Plus collection is still up there behind the camera because there's no room for them right here. So they're still there, but I'll put all my X Plus boxes here and all that. But anyways, that's not the point of this video. So, basically, point is, will Toho continue to create Godzilla movies, or my thoughts on where Godzilla's going in the future, regardless of Legendary and all that. So pretty much, the first thing that I want to say is obviously Godzilla 2014 was a success. I mean, yes, it's kind of split down the middle between the fans, whether you like it or hate it. You can't deny that the movie was a success, especially a commercial success. It made a lot of money in the box office, and then worldwide and all that stuff. So that sparks the interest of where's Godzilla gonna go, or what does Toho plan to do? Now, my initial thoughts was, at first, I didn't actually believe Toho would continue Godzilla because, one, it's been 10 years. It's been a very long time since Toho has made a Godzilla film. And basically when I'm talking about the future of Godzilla, I'm talking about the Japanese Godzilla. I'm not gonna talk about Godzilla 2 from Legendary and Universal Pictures. I'm not gonna be talking about that because we know that's happening. That's set in stone right there. I want to talk about the Japanese Toho Godzilla. So yeah, so it's been 10 years. The last film was Godzilla Final Wars, and when that film came out, they were hurting financially. That's why that film probably didn't look as good as it could have, and also, because it was rushed, and at that time, Godzilla just, for some reason, he wasn't doing well in Japan when it came to box office numbers. So, but yeah, so it's been the 10 years, and this new movie's come out that has kind of sparked the interest in the Godzilla franchise. And there's my dog rubbing her neck, and it's making her neck, or sometimes you guys can tell in the videos, like when you hear in the background, you hear my dogs going off, that's them scratching their collar. Anyways, yeah, basically, back on track. So it's sparked the interest again for the franchise, and now everyone's, wondering what Toho's gonna do. And my thought was, at first, because there's something special that has happened, I think today or yesterday, or some announcement that has been, well, announced. Before this announcement, before I talk about what it is, my first opinion, and I've kind of said it around in a couple of my videos and also in some live streams or whatever, but my initial reaction was, I don't think Toho, or at least I'm not holding my breath for Toho to make another Godzilla film. A couple of reasons is because, one, it's been so long, two, because Legendary is basically now making the movies, and three, they tore down their the big water pool, or the big pool that was in Toho that they filmed a lot of the, well, basically all the scenes that Godzilla was in the ocean and stuff. It was that awesome. If you guys look at some behind the scenes, you'll see like there's this big pool that Toho had that they would film the water scenes in, but they tore that down. So that was a concern. That was like, oh wow, why'd they tore that down? And also the fact that there's also some other sets and whatever that they've also taken down in recent time for some apparent reason. I don't know why. Excuse me. So that right there made me go, okay, well, I really don't think Toho has any inspiration to make another Godzilla film. But that has all changed today, and it's very ironic. Well, not ironic, but it's good timing that I make this video today, because I was thinking about doing this video, and all of a sudden on Facebook there is an update, and I got to credit Goromaru Island for bringing up this I guess article saying that Toho is now, let me read it here, Toho Godzilla Council Strategy, a project that is establishing an aim and direction for the future of the Godzilla franchise. So right there, it's like, that means Toho is actually considering what they want to do for the future of Godzilla in Japan. This is Toho making Godzilla films. So this has made my opinion change on Toho like 180. Like, I've flipped, and now I'm like, wow, you know, maybe they are thinking about making another film. And regardless if it's just one more film, but I'm thinking they're planning the long run. They're planning a series, a new series of Godzilla films. And this brings up a bunch of, you know, things of, you know, oh, well, are they going to do suitimation? Are they going to do CGI? You know, there's so many things that, you know, can go into this. And also, before I continue, I also forgot to mention, during the 10-year break, I forgot to mention this, I can't believe I'm glad I didn't forget this. During the 10-year break, Godzilla has been kind of going around, you know, some other movies. There was this movie that came out in 2007 that I think Toho distributed it. I think they distributed it, or maybe they did make it, I don't really remember. But it was this movie called Always Sunny on 37th Street or something like that. I know you guys are going to tell me in the comments the right title. But there's basically, and I'll put a little clip here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Basically, it was a short little cameo of Godzilla, but it was in CGI. It was the first time Toho actually made Godzilla into CGI as a full, like, figure, not just in a water scene or anything like that, but like this was a new design, and a lot of people went crazy over it because we're like, whoa, wait a minute. This is in 2007, and there's Godzilla right there. Like, whoa! But he was just a cameo. It was like in a dream sequence of that movie, and that was a really cool thing. I mean, they had the theme music playing with there, and Godzilla's roar, and it was a really cool scene. I want to see more of that Godzilla. That Godzilla looked pretty cool. But anyways, and then later we got into, I believe it was 2012 that we got this other clip of this thing called Ultimate Kaiju 2012, something like that. Once again, I don't remember the title exactly, but once again, I'll put a clip here. Basically showing off new footage of Tokusatsu Godzilla fighting, where it's a guy in a suit fighting other guys in suits, and it's using the Millennium series. It's using Godzilla 2000 suit, and the Gigan from Final Wars, King Ghidorah from GMK, Anguirus from Final Wars, and Rodan from Final Wars. And Godzilla goes through and he fights all the characters. And this was, I think it was part of some kind of gambling machine. You know, like, if you go to Las Vegas, you'll find some machines that while you're playing, they'll show like a video while you're gambling and all that. So this is what that was. And it was only in Japan. And but it was put on YouTube, and I remember the first time I saw this, and I'm like, whoa, is this a new Godzilla movie? But it's not. It's just this footage that was used for this game, I guess. And it's so freaking cool looking, because that is a glimpse of a modern Godzilla movie, but using suitimation and miniature sets and all that stuff. It was really cool. So anyways, back to where I was before I backed up the train. So once again, brings up a lot of questions if Toho's going to continue making Godzilla. Is it going to be suitimation? Is it going to be CGI? And I would love to see more Godzilla movies with suitimation and miniatures, especially from Toho, because they know how to do it best. But sadly, I do think because of the success of Godzilla 2014, I believe that they will be doing CGI if they are going to continue Godzilla. And but I don't have a huge problem with that, because Godzilla 2014 definitely showed us that Godzilla looks good in CGI. He looks more natural, he's more fluent looking, and he, all around just more terrifying. But what I'm happy is that if Toho continues to make Godzilla, that means we can have like a parallel going. We can have the Legendary series doing all the dark, serious toned, nitty-gritty Godzilla movie, and then we can have Toho on the side making, you know, the fun, campy, cheesy sci-fi like Aliens, Gigan, or King Ghidorah coming down, and, you know, Godzilla teaming up with Anguirus and stuff, and we can get the good old Godzilla movies back, and I'm super excited for that. I really hope Toho, you know, that they're not gonna kind of make dark movies again too. Like, I love dark Godzilla movies, but I also like, you know, the fun, colorful, you know, movies like Final Wars, or, you know, Destroy All Monsters, Godzilla vs. Gigan, Megalon. I mean, even though those movies, you know, they're kind of dated, or Megalon isn't really the most popular one, but you know what I mean. Like, movies that are just, it's not all about dark and ooh, gloom and doom and all that, you know. So it's just, I'm very excited, and I think, and in that post, it said that something might be happening this November. One, because this coming November, on November 3rd, is Godzilla's official 60th birthday. So Toho might have something big planned on that day to reveal to the fans. And it's just so cool that Toho is, they're like sitting down, and they're gonna be probably a business meeting or some kind of board meeting, and they're just gonna say, what are we going to do with Godzilla now? Godzilla is profitable again, he's popular worldwide, and what are we going to do? Like, how can we, you know, get Godzilla, you know, like, how can we continue this momentum? And the thing that I would love is that if we would get a Japanese Godzilla movie in between the waiting time for Godzilla 2 that's coming out from Legendary and Universal. I think that would be awesome, because, you know, then we can have like a kind of like an off, like an on and off thing, where we have like a Legendary movie, then we get the Toho Godzilla movie, then we get Legendary and Toho. You know, and I say that because Legendary, even though there's a confirmed trilogy for the Legendary Godzilla, who knows, there might be spin-offs, there might be more sequels. I mean, just because it might not stop at 3 movies, depending on the success of these next 2 movies. I mean, look at Star Wars. They're coming out with the new Star Wars, but then there's also like 2 to 3 spin-offs that are already planned. I mean, and Gareth Edwards is directing one of them, so it's crazy. So yeah, but I mean, overall, it's exciting. It's very exciting news, you know, and I'm very anxious to see what Toho has planned. So basically, to round this whole discussion video up, my question on will Toho continue Godzilla, at this point, I think they will. I think that they're actually going to do something. They are obviously thinking about it. So I'm very excited, and I can't wait to see what you guys say in the comments. Create the discussion below. That's what this series is for. And thank you guys so much for watching. That's all I got for you. Stay big, G fans.